faith is disturbing.
Believe it.
What's going on, Geeks? This is episode 437 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name is Cody Armour. I'm here with Jonathan Nichols.
What's up?
And not Andrea. She's having a few technical difficulties. Hopefully, they can get worked out in the next couple weeks. I believe she's not going to be here next week either because it's going to be her birthday. So you usually find her in our Discord. Make sure you wish her a happy birthday next Monday. This week, we're geeking out about good franchise ripoffs because there are good ones. Star Wars, Top Gun, and Netflix, even though Conformity Gate let us down.
But wait, Cody. There's signs in the new documentary about a secret episode at 1:13 and at 8:40 p.m. I don't know.
It really wouldn't surprise me if they did that at all.
I mean, they could at least give us a hint
Well,
towards the spinoffs.
Let me revise. It wouldn't surprise me for fans to have found things in the documentary. It's more.
Yeah, they totally have. I kid you not. I went on Twitter today, and people are already finding stuff. So
Yeah, I think it's probably a meme for most of at this point. I do love. There's a lot of people that thought the documentary would be the episode.
yeah.
And I was like, that's cool.
Well, it is episode 9, the documentary.
Yeah. We'll be talking about that a little bit as well.
Yeah.
The documentary. First, we'll get into the games that we've been playing. I haven't really been playing anything. I've just been running around Expedition 33 like a lost puppy, wanting more of the game. Yeah, I don't know. The bosses that they have for the end game are not difficult bosses for me to beat, but they're tedious so far. And then they are like, there's one that you can face and you can do everything to get to the end of the match, and then there's a surprise thing that happens. And if you can't get that timing perfect, then it's over. And it's like a 20-minute fight. And so I've probably played that an hour and a half of that now, trying to get it, and I just cannot get that last timing down. And so I'm very burnt out at this point. So I'm trying to find ways to make that fight faster so I can get through it a little bit quicker.
Oh yeah, and gotta level up a little bit before going and facing the bad guy, doing the boss battle.
Yeah, well, and just maximizing the characters. So like my levels, it level caps at 99, and they're all at 99 now. But you can get, they're called Lumina, and Lumina allow you. So there's Lumina and there's Lumina points, and Lumina are basically like abilities that you can get, and then you have to gain points. You have to grind points to get those. So even though you're like at a high level, your stats are all the same. But these are things like you can mark an enemy, and to mark an enemy means that it'll do more damage to that enemy. And so one of the Luminas is like the mark will be twice as long. So usually when you hit someone, it goes away, but now you have to hit them twice for it to go away. And so that like kind of helps your damage this little bit more in the fights.
Okay. Yeah.
Very grindy.
Yeah, but I mean, some people really like that.
Yeah, and it's not having to level up.
More
I'm getting to
motivating.
like kind of build, these abilities instead of just leveling a stat the whole time, which is nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta,
Yeah.
the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake, and I am awful at this game.
Okay.
Like, I really I enjoy it, but I thought I would be better at it. I am playing on normal. It's not supposed to be hard,
Oh no.
and I don't think I've actually completed a stealth area with stealth. Like, it shouldn't be this hard. I've played Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, so many times, and I've beat it so many times, and I do flawless runs on it, and I alert every guard I run into, and half the time I don't even see them. And I'm starting to think it's there's a modern controls and modern camera setting, and I think that might be the problem, because originally the camera was on top and looking down, and you could I think that helped you see around corners a little bit better.
That makes sense.
And so I'm just like walking, and I'll be like going around a corner, and I'm like, oh, there's no one here because you can peek, and then I step out, and then someone alerts, and it's like, oh, I couldn't see their head over this like 2-foot wall for some reason because of the way the camera's at. So I think I'm blaming on the game right now,
Fair enough.
but it's probably just me. I'm awful. I'm awful at it, but it's fun.
There was I
It's
can't
very
remember the name of the game, but one of my favorite Twitch stream, like Geeks Under Grace Twitch stream moments. Dishonored. It was Dishonored 2. Um, it's like you're supposed to be really stealthy in this episode, or this part of the game, and so the dialogue at the end was like, "No one saw you, right?" Um, but he literally like blasted through the level, and everyone saw him, and he just didn't get like actually physically caught, and so he was okay. And it was one of the best moments. Like, no one saw you, right? And then Jacob, the play, like Prince play, he was like, "Yeah, no, no, totally safe. No one saw a thing. Why would you? Why would you expect anything less
no
from?"
one to see me if no one's alive to see me.
Exactly. Yeah.
uh,
So I play
I
Assassin's
mean,
Creed.
the game is so good. The graphics look good. I actually really enjoy the story. Um, I think it's the least convoluted Metal Gear Solid story. Uh, but yeah, I'm like really enjoying it. But I'm just awful, like through and through. I'm just awful. I don't know. Like it'll be like because it's so compact, it's so linear, where it's like one room. You'll have a loading screen, and then it'll be one room. And you're like, cool. I'm in one room, and it's like there's one staircase, and there's a few boxes, and then a staircase to exit. And I'm like, okay, I don't see anyone. I step forward, the whole room gets alerted, so I have to kill everyone in the room. And then you step out of the room, it's a cutscene, and then another small area. And it's like, this should be easier than it is, and I think I'm just bad, but I'm gonna blame it on the game.
Good.
Someone's gonna listen to this and probably tell me how to do it, which I'm all for because I'm awful. But
They platinumed it.
there,
No damage.
yeah, there's also a funny camo system where like you can just sit there and keep changing clothes for better stealth. But one of the outfits I got with the version I got is a crocodile skin outfit, and he has like a hat that's a crocodile head.
That's amazing.
And there was like an area where I had to swim through the water to hide from these dudes on these hovercraft with spotlights, and I just swam through it like a crocodile, and I just didn't even like I could have done any other way, but it's like I'm just gonna try this to see if it works, and it worked.
I want to apologize to listeners for my cough. Usually I would mute the microphone, but I'm scared to touch it because it's working perfect now. It was not earlier. And I've also had just a cough for the last month that doesn't seem to go away. So I'm going to keep coughing into the microphone. I'm trying to like pull it away, but usually there's more silence uh, when I'm coughing. But yeah, there's another one. Probably going to happen all night. But you been playing anything else?
No, that's been it. Well, I've been streaming Sons of the Forest with my little brother and one other friend, but
Oh, yeah,
I wasn't gonna count that because it's not solo play. But
fair enough. We can get into the gaming news then. There's a couple different things here. We got a trailer for Palworld, which it's a card game. They're releasing in, I think it was July, it said. Pretty sure it was either June or July this summer, 2026. Uh, I hope that you can get the cards and then put them in the Palworld game somehow. I doubt they'll do that, but I love when cards are e-cards in that way. I always think it's really cool. The way the trailer makes it looks like you could do that. The cards are literally like jumping out into the Palworld world,
yeah,
but I don't think so. I think they just wanted another reason for Pokemon to hate them. Um,
yeah.
they are poking the Urselbear or whatever his name is. I was trying to think of the Pokemon's name. Uh,
They're look it up.
yeah, I'm like now I
But
gotta. I wish I would have had that planned. Um, Pokemon
beware.
Bear name Ursaring.
There's
There we go. They're poking the
Yeah.
Ursaring. Or the Pangoro, also a bear technically.
Mm. There's a couple of bear types.
This also says Snorlax, and that's just wrong. Snorlax isn't a bear. I don't think Snorlax is a cat. Ursaring was the one I was thinking of. Oh, there's a Beware. Pangoro, I think, is my favorite. I don't. Do you see a bear when you look at Snorlax?
Hang on.
Also, the number one bear Pokemon according to
Oh.
Pokemon coders is Urshifu, which is definitely a fighting bird, not a bear. Okay, from Kung Fu though, so maybe. Never heard of it. No, I stay my ground. It looks like a. It looks like a bird. Kung Fu. What is that?
Let us know in the podcast chat.
What is Blood Moon Ursaluna? Oh, I say the name wrong. Ursaluna. Mysterious variant of Ursaluna that lurks in the region of Kitakami. Don't even know what that is. The story goes that one day, a stray Ursaluna found its way into the forest of Kitakami, and it adapts to its new environment. Its physical features become different, giving it a unique red circle on its forehead, a black left eye. It looks very cool. I don't know what it's from. What is Kitakami? I'm so behind on Pokemon. Anyways, we can move. We can move on. Is that a region? Teal Mask expansion of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Okay. At least it's the newest game. I don't feel that old. The other piece of gaming news we have is I would say a trailer. I don't know. There's just a bunch of information, I guess, coming out about Hytale, which is a like Minecraft meets Skyrim. Is the best way to probably put it. It's very combat heavy Minecraft, but there is building. It is block shaped. They've made more money, or they've made enough money before the game is released. It releases tomorrow as we're recording this, so a day ago for the listeners. And it has made enough to like continue its work for another 2 years of development. Which is pretty
Yeah,
wild.
that's impressive. Good for them.
Uh,
This should be what Minecraft. This is what Minecraft should have been. Like,
yeah, it's weird to me that it's not a Minecraft
initially.
2. It's that close visually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do wonder, like, if they'll be like Palworld and get sued by Minecraft, and is it Mojang?
There was, I think it's Total Miner was the game. Yeah, Total Miner. Was a kind of a superior Minecraft game.
Okay.
And I just found out it's on Steam. How did I miss this? Anyway, sorry, a little tangent, but it was like, in my opinion, a superior Minecraft, and
Okay.
it was on the Xbox 360,
Okay.
and
For
I
a
used
while
to
back.
play it. Yeah, but I used to play it with my friends, and it was a good time. Um, it was definitely a Minecraft knockoff, and you could like crawl, and you could do so many different things that Minecraft still hasn't added. But I
Um,
think you could sail ships and stuff.
I'll throw out two at this game. It's been 7 years in development, but it kind of fell off. So it's kind of amazing that it's happening at all. Uh, League of Legends developer Riot Games had it, and they sold it um, back to Collins LaFlamme, because they were like, we'll never make this game, and so if you want it to be a thing, then we need to give it back to you. And then I guess it sat in limbo for years. They spent a whole bunch of money working on the engine, they're no longer using that engine, and so they're just worried about the
Huh.
gameplay or like a new engine for it. I don't know. It's all really crazy. But it looks good. It looks like Minecraft, but like more, um, I don't know, cartoony in a way. The characters have a lot more expression on their faces. He's literally holding a pixel.
Yeah,
It really is just Minecraft.
it really is. Yeah, like, it's got like pretty in depth looking combat.
Yeah, I'm excited about the combat. And then it's an RPG too, so like you're leveling your character up, which I think was cool.
Which, so it actually looks pretty reminiscent of some of the mods I play in Minecraft when I do
Nice.
play Minecraft. So, um,
That's cool.
yeah, I just forgot it. Uh, brain fart, but there's a mod pack that overhauls Minecraft, has a full RPG mission system. Um, anyway, I can't remember. I don't want to go on a tangent on it and sit for 10 minutes trying to find it, but it's good. It's one of my favorite mod packs. It's huge. It's got like 900 mods in it.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you can be a
Their
vampire.
mods
That's fun.
crazy.
Mm.
Uh, we'll get into the movies then. I did get to go see Avatar: Fire and Ash. Um, we actually had like a big church volunteer night, and I missed the volunteer night specifically to watch this movie because I was having a conversation with a volunteer of ours um, on staff, and I was like, I really want to finish this conversation, but I was coming from a place of like I had just YouTubed things or like Googled things and AI like responses and things. Gemini is usually my search engine, and then I go and try to like fact check it a lot of the time. Um, and so uh, we were working on an article. I believe the article's being worked on. But the conversation was around the villains. I'm trying to think of how not to spoil this, but the villains in the Ash people are called the Ash people in Avatar: Fire and Ash. And so their backstory kind of revolves around them like really identifying with their trauma and the things that have gone wrong in their life. And it's very, very briefly mentioned in the movie itself.
Hmm.
But the rest of the movie has a lot to do with um, grief. Um, Kind of spoils the second movie in a way. But the main character is going through some grief. And so the Ash people are kind of this embodiment of like what it would look like to completely encompass yourself and engulf yourself in that rage and anger and fear and all those things that come with trauma. Um, and so the person I was talking to, the volunteer I was talking to, was like, "Yeah, I don't see any of that. Like, they're just villains, just to be this for the sake of villainy." Um, and I was like, "That's like the the whole point of the movie is their just their journey and what not to become." And then you have this just like living embodiment of like what uh making that your identity could be. So I think the article is going to turn out really
Yeah.
well. I'm really excited for the article that they're writing. Um, I don't know when it'll be released. It could be. I mean, articles take a long time. A lot of thought and go into them, so um, could be a month down the road or so. But no, I really enjoyed the movie. It's visually, I think, it's really beautiful. But they all are. They kind of that's normal. I think story wise, maybe because I was trying to like read into it for this conversation that we were having, I was able to like dig a little bit deeper. But I think the story was a lot deeper than the second one. Um, the second movie I honestly couldn't tell you what it was about anymore, except for that it was anti-whaling, and that's all I really remember. Which, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say that was uh, a full on whale documentary halfway through the movie.
Yeah, like that's all I remember of that movie, and so I do have ADHD. I am very forgetful, but that tells me it wasn't a very memorable story. And so I think Avatar 1 was probably the most like uh industry changing. But the third one I
Yeah.
think is my favorite story so far.
I really wanted to like the second one, but the whale documentary killed it for me.
Yeah. I mean, again, beautiful movie,
I was like,
but
beautiful movie.
it's so rare. Yeah.
I
uh,
also think the third one has already made $1 billion.
1.2.
Yeah.
Yeah. One we were talking about that last
I
week
think we
was
talked.
it hasn't made 2 billion, so they may
Yeah,
not
that's right.
make another one. It only made 1.2 billion
Insane.
dollars. Failure. Um, yeah, absolutely crazy. But
Insane.
highly recommend the movie. I do think you need to watch the second one, unfortunately, to watch the third. Um, I think that would be important to really get the story that's happening. Um, I don't want to give a lot away, but um, I connected it to a lot of stuff with my own family, and so my family history, and so it was very deep and impactful for me
Mm,
personally. But,
really cool.
yeah,
I, for one, do plan to check it out. Just not sure when.
yeah, cool. Gotta soon, right? I think it's is it working its way out of theaters already?
I don't think so.
Okay, someone told me that, but I don't
I
know.
think they're trying to put. Yeah.
Probably not until it hits 2 billion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
um. Anyways, did you watch any movies this week?
I did. I watched Warfare. It's a A24 war movie,
Okay.
and oof, it is probably one of the most brutal and realistic depictions of the battlefield in around like the early like 2000s. Like I think around two. Let me look up when this is based. 'Cause I thought it said 2008. 2006. Yeah, so it takes place in 2006.
Okay.
And it is after the Battle of Ramadi, I believe they pronounce that. And it's a Navy SEAL team, and they're basically in a two-story house, and they're basically just a sniper position trying to overwatch this one area. And yeah, quite literally all hell breaks loose for them, and it spirals, and that's the synopsis of the film. Um, very, very bloody, um, very, very gory, some incredibly intense, realistic gore effects. Yeah, it's bad.
I'm gonna give
Um,
A24 films another try. Um,
they give it so this is very much worth it. Um, they very much give a lot of emphasis on like the negative effects of war,
mhm.
and so like they like um something that's not talked about enough is like how traumatic brain injuries can cause like PTSD. And so like they kind of it's a heavy theme and in this movie. So
It's yeah, intense. I I liked everything everywhere all at once. Obviously, everyone did. I think. And I liked Thunderbolts, which I'm calling an A24 film, even though it's not. Um, but the Green Knight made me really question. I was like, it was Green Knight, and then it was Northman or Norseman. I think it was Northman.
yeah.
That I was like,
um
I don't know if A24, if I'm fully getting grasp of all this.
it's on Netflix now. That's on my list to watch this week.
Northman. What was it called?
Hmm. Yep, The Northman.
Northman. It's yeah, it was slow. I was like finally like a Viking epic movie, and it was very, you know, cinematography heavy. And I don't catch all of that. I think you'll appreciate that much more than I will. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I just wanted shield walls.
That's fair. It's Robert Eggers, so it's It's definitely gonna be a slow,
No, Green Knight.
dark
But
movie.
Green Knight, it's Green Knight's fault I didn't like Green Knight. Northman, I could have watched the trailer and I could have gathered what that movie was. Green Knight, the trailers for it had this big battle, like this big battleground, and like, there was a few like fights, and then just like death all over the field, and you're like, all right. Um, and then that is like literally how much of that scene you see in the movie. Um,
Oh,
and I was like, where's the big epic battles you promised me?
that's a fair criticism.
Some very cool visual stuff that happened in Green Knight, but it was not the movie that I paid to see. Well, what's going on in the world of movies?
Yeah. So, um, Tom Cruise is a Jedi, apparently. No, so he basically flew
Maverick is a
in
Jedi.
on a helicopter. Yeah, Maverick's a Jedi now. Uh, Tom Cruise flew in on the set of Star Wars Starfighter and surprised the cast and crew and hung out with Sean Levy. And apparently he jumped behind the camera and started filming. And apparently he filmed a lightsaber duel, but there's no context behind that. So, oh yeah, okay. So, basically, Sean Levy was like, "Ha ha ha! You want to jump in and grab a camera?" And Tom Cruise was like, "Yes," and just grabbed the camera, ran through the mud, and started filming people battle with lightsabers, unrevealed characters to be specific. So,
We had the camera,
um,
not a lightsaber in his hand.
yeah. So he had a camera. So he just like grabbed the camera, was like, "Ah," and took off filming and helped film a scene.
Got it. The
And
headline's a little
uh,
misleading.
it's very misleading. Thanks, IGN. But here's the thing. This also confirms that there's lightsaber battles in this project.
That's true.
But nothing else is really known about this film. Um, allegedly, it was a set in the after the sequel films,
Okay.
the sequel trilogy. But I don't know if that's still a thing
Still the
because
case.
that's what I was under the impression of. But it seems like it's unconnected from anything. So I don't think
Yeah,
they're
it's supposed to
revealing
be
where
very
it's set.
standalone. Matt Smith, my Goff will be in it, casting it. I really just want like who did Top Gun? The last one.
Um,
Who directed
I gotta look him up.
Top Gun
It
sequel? Maverick.
is Joseph Kosinski.
Okay. I think they should have just given this like jet fighter, starfighter
Um,
to him, and then just let it be Top Gun in space. I'm kind of hoping that's what it
um,
is.
the guy that was involved with the Mission Impossible films worked with worked in Top Gun Maverick as well, and I can't think of his name. Something McQuarrie. I actually thought he directed it, but I guess not.
Oh, but Sean, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine with Sean Levy. Levy. Uh, Fall Guy.
Mr. McQuarrie.
Wait, Free Guy.
Yeah, I thought it was Levy, and then the Stranger Things documentary they kept calling him Levy, and I'm like, it's not even spelled
Levy.
Levy, but okay.
I thought it was Levi.
Yeah,
So
it's really weird. Yeah,
I do think the person who did
I did
Deadpool and
too.
Wolverine can do a Top Gun rip off in in space. And that's what I want.
I agree. I think you could do it for sure.
I hope so.
Um,
Also, some stuff on Stranger Things. It's cool.
Speaking of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman
Hey,
is Robin Hood and Death of the Robin Hood. So we have official trailer and
another A24 film.
another A24 film, and it seems like a gritty story revolving around the painting The Death of Robin Hood, which sounds I think sounds exciting. Like a retrospective look at Robin Hood's life and a maybe not so lighthearted way of going, hey, like this guy was actually a criminal.
Yeah.
Like maybe he did some good things. with the money he stole, but he also is an outlaw, and so it kind of seems like he's reflecting on his life as he's dying.
Yeah, it could be good.
But
I will give it a try.
yeah, it looks good. It's very artistic.
Yeah, I like Hugh Jackman. So
Yeah, same. I really like Hugh Jackman. Um, I like seeing him in other movies outside of Wolverine.
yeah,
He gets more range.
he gets to use his accent here.
Yeah,
That's fun. Uh, he's Robin Hood is a bit Australian.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I love just Hugh Jackman as a guy. I don't know what it is. I believe Hugh Jackman is a believer, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good question.
Um, Identifies as a Christian. Yeah. Ultimately speaks about his faith, often dedicating performance to God and finding spiritual connection in his work. We need to get, so we have a Bible study on the website. It was actually the first one we did for the movie Logan. I would love to get that Bible study in his hands. That'd be cool. That was not a podcast moment. That was just a like actual epiphany that I had. I bet he would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll get into TV then. I watched Landman, but I don't have much to say about it. It's not for everyone. It's like I don't know. I really like Billy Bob Thornton's character, and I really care about Billy Bob Thornton's character. Um, and then I love Sam Elliott's character. Um, like he's just comedic gold. I don't know. He's so funny. He's playing an old man so perfectly. Sam Elliott's gem. But like the women in the show are not written well.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, like at all. Almost any of them. Any of them. I can't think of any of them that are good. It's very uh, like the show really doesn't like women. Best way to put it.
Ouch.
There is one. No, there is one. There's one good one. I can't remember her name. I don't remember names. Terrible about it. But uh, Billy Bob Thornton's son's girlfriend.
I wonder if the writer was going through some relationship issues while trying to write the show.
Maybe
He's just
it's
venting them in the script.
produced by the guy that does Yellowstone.
Mm,
I can't remember his name, but he like
Sheridan.
yeah, Taylor Sheridan. Um, and
Yeah.
like I've never watched Yellowstone, but I've been told Yellowstone doesn't write women the best either. I think it's just like his trying to be like a man's man show, and
Oh
so
yeah.
it's just very like it's almost polarizing to me. Um, yeah, some people will be into that. But it's a rated M for mature
Hmm.
show. Be aware of that. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. I'm on like a modern Western kick, and so I literally like I reshaped a cowboy hat, and then my ADHD was like, "We need a modern Western now," and I kept getting TikToks for Landman, so I watched it and really care about uh, Billy Bob Thornton's character. I think there's probably some kind of Bible study or conversation that could be said about how he takes on the responsibilities of the world in the show. It's my favorite part. There's this really dumb scene where he, like they're saying it as a joke, but so if anything happens to him, I'm holding you responsible. And he was like, or I'm going to blame you. And he goes, I take on all responsibility. And it's like he's saying it to be funny, but it's the truth. Like he literally takes on all responsibility about everything in his life,
Hmm.
uh, and you're watching the weight of that crash down on him. It's good.
Wow. He's done so much. Um, wow. He also, I didn't know he wrote Sicario.
I didn't know that.
So that's really cool.
2015. Huh.
Um, so I've been watching. So my wife and I, we started. We've kind of been going back and rewatching Stranger Things.
Mhm.
Um, so I kind of had a like I kind of got to take a break. So we haven't been watching any TV shows, but the Stranger Things documentary did drop today. So we did start that. We're not finished, but we started. Um, it's actually a really well done documentary, and it has a lot of really good sneak peeks into the behind the scenes of filmmaking. And but they also have a lot of sneak peeks into the writers' room. And I mean, it's been out long enough, right? Like the series finale, we can tease
Yeah.
spoilers,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's
Or
be warned
okay,
there will be spoilers, listeners.
yeah, I might want to skip ahead if you haven't watched it. But yeah, so like they openly admit that when they started filming, they had not finished uh the final episode. Like they had not even wrote the final episode. So they started production, which is pretty normal to start the production process, like the pre-production, if everything's not completely finished because you got it takes so long. And like basically the Max Z, like the uh area in season 5, it's basically this military encampment around this portal. That was a practical set. Like most of the sets were practical in season 5. And so it took them months and months and months to build this downtown area. Because they had to build like all the buildings, and like so all the buildings have a facade, but then every building has like a certain amount of rooms added onto it in case they decide to film inside of it.
Oh wow.
So they're almost a full building. And but so they started all of that, but essentially didn't have the last 4 episodes finished before they started filming. And so uh it kind of shows. But they also were like halfway through filming the first like 5 or 6 episodes and still writing the last episode, which they state openly in the very
Yeah,
beginning of
it's
the
crazy.
documentary. That's almost how it opens. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm surprised Netflix let them air that because now they're not beating the allegations of like phoning it in, which is not
Yeah.
bad. It's not bad, but could
Huh.
have been way worse.
Yeah. I mean, not bad considering that they, made it up halfway through, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I it just would have been so much easier. Like it would have made I have to wonder the financial constraints. Like, did they run out of budget um to do a big battle
Yeah,
at the
that's
end?
so that's what's crazy is it didn't seem like it. And there's a moment in the beginning of the documentary where again, another spoiler alert. They so when they get to the abyss to find Vecna to kill Vecna once and for all, which is like the Dimension X that was teased in season 4, where the Demogorgons are from, the Mind Flayers from. They get there, the main characters get there, and there's nothing. It's a desolate wasteland. There's no Demogorgons, nothing. And so in the writing room, they're trying to figure out this episode, and one Duffer brother is like, "Oh yeah, like we should have Elle appear because there's some circumstances that happen, and she ends up getting into that dimension with them. And it's like, oh, you should go save the kids, and we'll hold back this horde of mind flayer or the horde of demogorgons." And the other Duffer brothers are like, nah, that's kind of stupid. Like we've had too many
Crazy.
demogorgons. And then all the other writers visibly sigh and start shaking their heads, and they're like, that would be stupid. We have to have monsters. We've already established there's monsters in Dimension X as well. So when they go to the abyss, there's got to be demogorgons. And they're like, nah, we got too many demogorgons. We should just, make it simple.
Yeah,
And everyone just kind of stares at them. And then
I can't believe like that slip. Like he was like, and then everyone went, "Okay, well, if you say so," because like that would have made so much more sense for it to just
yeah,
be.
yeah.
It should have been like the season finale before, but more in another dimension, and that would have been exactly what we would have expected. And then yeah, you could have had everyone chasing, and then she could have turned off, the hive mind would have killed everything. Would have made sense. And
Exactly, yeah, and, it's not that, like, that battle was necessarily bad, but it's the wasteland they go to is so desolate, and it doesn't even look the same as it does in season 4. Like, we actually see it in season 4,
uh,
and it looks way more visually interesting, and they actually changed it to, one of the things they said early on was, like, "We had to change it because we don't want people to get it confused with Upside Down again." And I'm like, "I don't think anyone got it confused last time because it was, like, not the same as the Upside Down,
yeah,
but there are some themes carrying over because it's all has to do with the Mind Flayer. So, like, the things, the vines and the Upside Down is from this dimension, but none of
the
that
dimension didn't
exists
have
in
any
the
of it.
finale of season 5.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, they got rid of it. But they literally keep stating, like, it's just to simplify stuff, but they didn't mention budget.
Yeah,
So
I think the problem like that I have too is a Demogorgon we watch in this season take out like 8 military men, no problem, just like completely crushing it. And then I know it's our team, it's our party, and they're capable of great things. But like one Demigorgon can take out 8 military professionals, but 8 kids can, or however many, I don't know how big the team was, can take out the Mind Flayer by themselves. It is just ridiculous. With zero casualties.
yeah, and I think the idea, and of course, we're not through the full documentary yet. They haven't even, they kind of started backtracking and they started going through like the first 4 episodes. And so they're going to get um, by the end of the episode or this documentary, they should get into the final episode. But the idea that I think they're trying to portray, and it's kind of stated, is like they're not really killing the Demogorgon. They're just keeping it distracted enough that it can't give its power to Vecna as much. So L can
Uh,
actually fight Vecna because they're so connected. But nothing's stated or even implied.
yeah,
So in the episode. So you just kind of have to like I don't know, guess, which
yeah.
isn't the right way of doing that. The other thing that also blows my mind is in the opening, as they're arguing about the Demogorgons, they start arguing about Eleven's fate. And one Duffer brother is like, no, it should be this because this character deserves this. And the other one's like, screw that. This is about growing up and childhood's ending. And the other writers just put their hands on their head and start sighing. There's like 3 other writers in the room with them. And they're just like so visibly done. And I'm like, why do you leave this in? Like, does not look good for you. But anyway, I digress.
At least they were honest.
It's been a fun watch.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes is really cool. Special effects, like them building the sets, is really cool. If you're interested about the process and what that looks like, um, and just want to see how many people are involved, then it's worth a check out.
Were
I
you the
mean,
one that pointed out to me that there's an entire scene about how she has like grew up her whole life? This is probably spoilers. I think you're the one that pointed that. There's a whole scene in the finale of like, you deserve to move on after this and like live after this. You've gone through so much
yeah,
psychological torture and just physical torture, and like you need to be, you know, you need to get to be you. And then she ends up dying.
yeah. It's like you need to fight for the day that you can have a daughter to give her the life you never had, and then it's like, does she die? We don't know. Like that's not a good message.
Yeah, I don't know. At least the documentary's being honest, I guess. They had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah, it's brutally honest, which again totally surprises me. Which also could be a tongue in cheek way of Netflix saying, "Hey, it's not our fault; it's their fault." But
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't want to leave
they
any
don't
of
want
it
to
in.
take the
It was
blame.
Netflix that was like, you need to release all of that information.
Yeah.
They want a Snyder cut. We don't have a Snyder cut. You did this.
Well, and that's the thing. Like where we're at in the documentary, the all the actors are super happy with the script, but none of them had the finale yet. So they're all so like arguably to me the first 4 episodes of the final season are really good.
Mhm.
And so we're at that point right now in the making, and they're all like, this is amazing, and all the actors are super into it. They're super excited. They love all the choices. Um, there's a scene where Vecna appears in episode 4, and the actor playing Vecna and one of the Duffer brothers is like talking about how to get in this headspace. Like, where is he at right now? Why is he doing what he's doing? And they're like, it's this really good moment of like you can actually learn some of the process of like how actors think,
Mhm.
and like he's not just trying to play villain to play villain. Like he's actually trying to understand the backstory to build a deeper connection, so you can find truth in the dialogue. And even though the dialogue has nothing directly to do with what he's building, it's just so he can get more into the character. And so that stuff is really really cool, and they're really into it. So I'm interested to see like as we get into episode 5 through 8, like how they react.
Yeah, they're just over it by the end.
Because it is going episode by episode.
That's crazy. I'll have to check it out. Hopefully you skipped ahead if you didn't want spoilers. We'll be spoiler free
Yeah.
again for a bit. We got a little bit of TV news here. We've got a One Piece season 2 trailer. I haven't watched season 1 yet, but it makes me want to watch One Piece. Get some Umbrella
Yeah.
Academy vibes.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
I never wanted to watch the original anime because it has like 1,000 episodes,
yeah.
and
I've been holding out. There's an
I
anime
get
that's
bored
coming
after 8.
out that is going to be a reboot of the series, but it's going to be condensed. It's going to be very story driven and then um, like to the point. And so they're supposed to do like 100 episodes in a season or something like that.
I was joking about the 1,000
I
episodes, but
know.
there's actually
Yeah,
1,155 episodes.
yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know if I could handle like we're trying to watch Resident Alien. I had to take a break because each season has like 15 episodes, and we're still in season 2, and I'm like, I love this show, but I've got to take a break because the season's taking so long.
Yeah. Someone I haven't checked this yet, but they said that it's all season 1 as well. Um, like One Piece didn't have seasons, so they consider those 1,000 whatever episodes as season 1.
It's insane.
Because it's all one story plot line, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. Um, but One Piece live action, I think, is a condensed story as well, and so I might check it out. It looks kind of cool. It doesn't look as low budget, I guess, as season 1 did to me.
Hmm.
I don't. It looks good. And the other thing we got, it was on the day that Stranger Things Conformity Gate was supposed to happen. So I think that was fully on purpose. But on January 7th, we got a trailer for what's next. And it literally has what's her name? Will's mother.
Um, Joyce?
Joyce. Yeah, it's not literally Joyce. But it is a character dressed like Joyce and looks like Joyce, a young Joyce. And I think that was intentional. And then she jumps into the other things that are happening on Netflix. Peaky Blinders movie. I think One Piece is in there. There's a bunch of stuff. It's like a 4-minute trailer.
Yeah, Avatar,
I'm sorry.
Last Airbender.
Um, what there wasn't though was an hour long, 2 hour long episode of Stranger Things.
I know. You know what's funny? You said she looks like Winona Ryder. I actually think that might be the actress that plays her in a flashback in season 5.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff happening on Netflix, and I think they were just like, hopefully you can move on. And I think it was very intentional they put it on the 7th. I think that was them trying to feed into the hype. But
yeah.
I think I don't know. I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer, but I didn't watch it like with joy. I watched it with spite and anger in my in my soul. um Not that I don't know.
um,
I literally had a meeting that night, the 7th, and I was like, I'm going to do that meeting as long as Conformity Gate isn't real. I was like, which shouldn't be a problem, but I am canceling. And I don't even know why. Like, I didn't mind since Stranger Things finale that bad. Um, I think more for me, and I think it was a lot of people, was I just didn't want Stranger Things to end. And so the idea that another episode, I was like, that would be really cool. There was no legal possible way to do it, though. People bought tickets to movie theaters for the finale that would have sued if they had bought tickets to a penultimate episode.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it was like a mass psychosis or a mass hysteria because A, people were in denial. It was grief over the fact that their favorite show's ending. And two, I think it was because um a lot of people had so many deep and intense theories and none of them came true and they were just in shock that it didn't end the way they thought. And The Last Jedi dealt with that too.
Yeah,
Like everyone had built up these theories and then when The Last Jedi came out, so many people were disappointed. And it's like The Last Jedi is not a bad film. It's just not what you expected.
yeah.
And that's okay. But
They didn't Mark Hamill dirty.
they did do Mark Hamill dirty. But
But yeah,
it's a conversation for another time.
yeah, that's a whole other tangent. um, yeah, I didn't actually think Conformity Gate was real. What's really sad is it's a brilliant idea, and it can never be done
Yep.
because if you do it, you're just doing the Stranger Things couldn't, and like you'll just be compared to Stranger Things. I think it would have been so awesome for a show to have like done a finale and then be like, gotcha, and then had another like finale follow up. Um, I don't know how it could be done masterfully, but I think it could be done. Um, but now it would just be the Stranger Things thing, and so that's not cool. It would be. Eh.
Yeah. Oh well.
Also, you need the hype.
It's over. It's done. I I will still forever enjoy the show,
Yeah,
and it'll forever hold a place in my heart. But
yeah. We'll just do
yeah,
like we did with every other show and just pretend the ending didn't happen, and then it's just still going.
I think the only show that had a good final season is Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Even Seinfeld had a bad last season.
Breaking Bad was a good finale. I can't think of another show. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the only show I can think of where I'm like, yeah, that was a good ending.
I was about to say Dragon Prince, but then I remember Dragon Prince made me really mad at the end about something small that was really stupid.
I'm trying to think. Smallville. I think Smallville's ending was pretty bad too.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Like the fair. That one did have a good final
That was
season.
really cool. Yeah, everyone was like, because you kind of watched that whole show thinking he was going to kill Ozai. And then
Yeah.
Zuko asked the question, what are you going to do about that? And it's like, we sat there going, what are you going to do about that? Yeah, I put that up there. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Breaking Bad. I can't think of any other finales that are good. The ones that have burnt me the most: Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and yeah, Stranger Things. I was like, eh.
The thing is about Game of Thrones, they still could redeem that. I stand on the fact that they could continue season 8.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could. I think they're the only show that could pull it off. I think they could, like, make it a vision sequence
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is actually a vision." As stupid as that would sound, I think they could do it.
I think my biggest issue with the ending, and a lot of people disagree with this, but I think that it could have been like that ending would have been fine if it wasn't so rushed. I think where Daenerys
Mhm.
ends at the end of that could have worked if it wouldn't have been such a sudden, like, oh, what's happening? Why are we doing this?
It needed 2 more seasons.
Yeah. Watch her slowly
It
descend
needed 2 more.
would have been amazing.
Yeah, because like, I feel like you get a hint of that throughout the whole show, but there wasn't a inciting incident that was big enough to just fully get her to switch. And you could argue that it was her, friend and I guess not really what I can't think of her friend's name, but the one that gets beheaded.
It's been so long.
Um, you could say that, but, like, her emotional reaction to that and her follow-up reactions before the attack on King's Landing, there was not enough there to justify her doing and switching like that. So it's like it's there, the elements are there, but it needed more time to bake.
Yeah. No, I don't agree. Well, I mean, if
It's
anything, they
like
got us
putting the
talking years
ingredients in a
later. It's been,
pan.
what, 5 years, 6 years since
Yeah, 6 years? Yeah, 2019.
half a decade later, we're still talking about it.
7 years? 7
So this
years.
is infamously bad. Um, well, are you geeking out about anything else this week?
Not really. I'm gonna keep trying to play Metal Gear Solid Delta and still be awful at it, hopefully getting better.
Cool. I
So
actually need to get them on Instagram, but I have really cool photos on Instagram. There really will be before this podcast goes up. I posted them on my personal Facebook page, but I haven't put them on the Instagram. Yeah. That Jonathan and his wife did, and they're all really, really good. They're pirate pictures.
we may or may not have left paraffin wax candle residue everywhere
Yeah.
that we didn't think would still be there. And apparently, someone found. But anyway,
Yeah. It's cool.
it's but yeah, it's biodegradable. We made sure.
Yes. Yeah. And they look great. I need to post them on Instagram still. Um, I'm very excited about them. I had to at least mention them once in the podcast. Trying to think. Probably should have started the podcast with this. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll say it again. But we are considering kind of shifting the gears a little bit of this podcast. I think the news we want to keep going on, but we have the Geeking Out, and after 5 years of this, or 9, however long I've been doing this, I'm kind of realizing that I watch like one movie a month, and I usually watch one TV show a month, and I usually play one video game a month. And so trying to figure out maybe what we can do around the Geeking Out segment, and maybe condense that to once a month, and having some other things, maybe some podcast questions or listener questions that we could answer or something like that. So if you have ideas for segments, I think the best way to probably contact us about it would be, and we'll probably need to pop in there and kind of revive that chat as well, is in the Discord. You can find the Discord on geeksrace.com. There is a podcast chat, and in the podcast chat, you can go ahead and tag me, or Sergeant Rock. Is it just Sergeant Rock? No,
Sergeant Rock 1125.
1125.
Yeah.
It's SGT Rock 1125. And yeah, tag one of us, give us your ideas, and we'll put it in there. I'll start the podcast next week with that too, and we'll see if you guys have any feedback. But Jonathan, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok under @DifferentLensMedia, and sometimes on Twitch under Sergeant Rock 1125.
You can find me on Instagram @Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.